What were the most disappointing aspects of the defense against South Florida, and how do you correct those?
Well, it's a young team, and we get tired of saying that, but when you look back on it, GA told me that 50% of our snaps are from guys that have never played in the game before. And 3 of the guys have never played defense before. And the year before was 7%, so that's a big difference. So we just got to keep pressing these guys, and they're pressing. The more you play, the better you get. That's just how the nature of the game. You can practice all you want, but you got to get game experience. So they just got to keep improving as we go throughout the season. They just got to keep improving. These young guys that haven't played, they'll see something, and next time it won't happen to them again.
Did anything that South Florida did offensively, the way they attacked the perimeter, surprise you guys?
No, they didn't do anything extraordinary. We just, as the players tell, we just didn't fit some stuff up right. And a lot of times when you look at it, it's the young guys, the guys that are just playing for the first time. We just got to keep pressing them and meetings with them and practicing with them. And as they go through the season, I keep telling them they can't make these mistakes anymore.
One of the things that Scott talked about was getting off blocks quickly, corners and outside linebackers on the perimeter. What do you do to fix that? Any particular drills or things you stress?
Well, they drill it, and obviously we're going to drill it more this week, but South Florida did an excellent job. It was like when you watch the game afterwards, I don't know what their motivation was, but they were blocking 10,000 times harder than they blocked against the previous games we watched. So I don't know if it was the coach. I guess there was rumors about the coach having job security. I don't know what it was, but they came to play. And they blocked really well. We're like, oh my God, these guys didn't block like this in our games. They're cutting. They were doing a great job cutting us. They hadn't done that before, and they did it. So it's kudos to them. They played well.
Right now, stopping the run.
Well, stopping the run is all about being in your right run fit. We call it run fits. Whether you got to be in the B gap or whether you got to be in the A gap or the C gap, it's all about being in your right gap. And when you have young players and they're playing for the first time, sometimes the game gets bigger than they jump out of a gap. And all of a sudden, when you get a veteran group, like the group we had last year, they don't jump out of that gap. They're in that gap and they stay in that gap. So that's just us as coaches, we got to just keep preaching to the younger players especially that, hey, you got this gap, you got to stay in that gap. Even though what you see, oh, I saw the ball bounce, I saw this, it doesn't matter, you got to stay in that gap. That comes with playing. The more you play, the more you settle down, the more you just do your job is what we call it.